I see you've suffered some light burns. Are you sure you should be up and walking about?
I'm fine, though I thank you for your gracious concern. More to the point, you two are Tiz and Agnes, yes?
But why? I don't recall giving you my name, sir.
It was written in this journal. The only thing I had on me when I was found, apparently.
Interesting.
Full of strange things, this book. Like word of your aims to plug up that great sinkhole.
What?
What's more, and this part is key, the journal states that you too will encounter a certain female. If my suspicions are correct, it's the girl who was accompanying that Eternian firestarter.
Pardon my asking, but how do you tie in?
It appears you make for the Centro ruins, no? Then bring me along. That girl tugs at my mind. Oh, we've met before. When I saw her face amid the flames, I felt a spark. Not your customary running for your life thrill mind, but a real Thundaga to the heart epiphany. Her gaze was equal parts innocence and tempered steel. Oh, to see those eyes don the sparkle of a smile. Her voice gentle as spring's sweet breeze, and should she see fit to call my name? Ah, my heart races. I insist you let me join you. It simply must be so.
Unacceptable. Also, I'm repulsed beyond words.
What? Why? This is an upstanding gentleman's heartfelt plea. I'll not slow you down.
I cannot trust a man such as yourself. My answer is no, sir.
Still, in a fight, 3 people are better than 2.
His personality leaves a bit to be desired, but I'll vouch for the man's skill. He once helped us hunt down a wild boar.
If you're certain he'll not pose a problem, Tiz.
Lovely.
Do you remember your name?
They call me Ringabel. It's a pleasure. My Lady Vestal, from this day hence, I shall be your sword.
No, thank you.
I hope this was a good idea.
Well, it looks like we have our third party member in tow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you, Ring a Bell. Excellent, and also the addition of Dee's Journal, which is a very curious book because not only does it have no events recollecting of the past, but rather it has of the future. And it'll appear in our little sidebar thing, and it's actually where you're going to find your encyclopedia, your beastopedia, your collectopedia, etc. And so, yeah, there are going to be some hints to our adventure here, and it's pretty interesting. I kind of like it a lot. So we have enigmatic writings, notes, things that will be able to probably break the fourth wall here. First, let's see. Okay, so we acquired a magic scroll due to our tutorial quest. Okay, now we have to set job commands, support abilities, and rearrange our party, which is interesting because now that we have multiple characters in tow, that is the thing you can do. If you go down to tactics, I guess we could talk about this now. You have lots of things here, like your config of your battle settings, you have shortcuts, let's see, game settings. I mean, that's pretty simple. It's kind of cool. You can remember the cursor position for when you're fighting. And then difficulty right here, you can actually turn off experience and gold and job points. You can literally go through with 0 experience, and that is a thing people do. They go through without any experience. And of course, they turn the encounter rate to 0. I think I said 100 last time, but I think it's just, yeah. So there you go. You can either make it disappear or have it like that. So that's what I meant before, I think in the first episode. I don't remember. But also you can change the difficulty. Interestingly enough, on the Japanese version of this game, which this is actually an enhanced port of, if you beat the game on hard, you actually get an additional, why did I just say suit? An additional outfit for Agnes, which is kind of interesting, but only on the Japanese version, which is weird. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. We can go and sort, put Agnes in the front, and guess what we get? New on-field person. So yeah, It just pretty much changes where they are during battle, too. We have ourselves a man of mystery. So let's see, ring a bell. Yeah, she's still not sold on that suave dude. Oh yeah, that is true. He did know our names. So that Book of D must have been quite the interesting read. Yeah, I think everybody knows you're the Vestal at this point, Agnes, right? Who are we fooling at this point? Uh-oh. Oh, great. He's gonna be that guy, that nice guy, his milady man. No need for formality. I mean, just look at the state of my hair. Alright. So the only reason why he knew that Agnes was the Vestal of Wind was because it was written in his journal. Exactly. So, interesting. So the girl traveling with the pyromancer is actually quite interesting because for those of you that were here from the first episode, she was actually one of the characters mentioned there. Interesting, eh? So, looks like we've all been destined to meet in some capacity or another. So, let's put an end to the Firestarter's threat. Let us please. And it looks like we probably won't have time to do it in this episode because we're already going slightly over what I would like to. But that's alright. We're getting more character development here, and we should probably get a fight in or two with Ring a Bell at our side. Probably get to the next area. We got many updates here. Holy smokes. Alright, well, let's take a look at this. We rearranged our party, and we need to douse for treasure. Okay, so once we get to a Freelancer level 3, we can use the Divining Rod, which basically allows us to see all of the unopened treasures in the dungeon that we're in. So that's pretty good. Although none of our characters are level 3 yet, so that'll have to wait. And let's take a look at Norende. We have completed the armor shop and the second shop right there. Nice. So that was actually pretty simple. So we could buy Echo Herbs and Phoenix Downs, maybe Red Cap. That might be decent for early on. Once we get another party member, maybe? I don't know. Or we could get rid of the Tangled Woods and get Infinity and Rejuvenation now. Those special moves we'll actually get more acquainted with after this next boss fight, in which we will begin concluding all of the aspects of this game's very prestigious combat system, and it's pretty interesting. But for now, because we're almost done, I'll just give all of these guys working on that. And we'll move on, shall we? Whew, very nice. So, and speaking of more menu nonsense, let's go ahead and take a look at Ring a Bell. He is level 5, currently a freelancer, and as far as his things that he's holding right now, he's miscellany. I'll go ahead and give him white magic for now, just because he literally rarely uses anything that pertains to using magic. He's actually kind of the maverick of the team. Each of our characters have a predisposed ability that, you know, when they're standard characters, they slightly excel in. Tiz is all around regular, Agnes is obviously more tilted towards using magic, and Ring a Bell is a little bit more physical. And depending on how you want to work with him, there's a couple of things you can do. Now, he starts with a spear, and we need to probably buy him some stuff. So the game says we should give him a spear and a dagger, and if we removed it, that would probably be in our best interest. So let's go buy him some stuff before we start moving on, shall we? Because this next area, like I said, without poison, you are going to be in for kind of a frustrating ride. Not a huge fan of it, but let's go and see what would best suit our good friend here, Ring a Bell. Now, I would like to keep him with a one-handed weapon, so the buckler would definitely be in our best interest. And I guess... oh, we only have 50 gold right now, shoot. We have not been getting into very many fights here. No, we have not. I'll also buy him a pointy hat. And that is all we could probably afford for him right now. I'm sorry, Ring a Bell, you're kind of getting the shaft here. But we'll go ahead and equip that all on him. And let's get in a fight, shall we? A decent fight, and that will allow us to showcase some of our abilities. And fortunately, the ruins will actually allow me an opportunity to showcase the monk job, which is something I'll be keeping on Tiz for a while. Oh, and a Billings. Oh man, this also breaks the game because, well, if you have a friend who's further along, you can borrow him for a minute and then train with different jobs and basically, I'm trying to think of a good way to kind of compare this to something. Think of the experience share in Pokemon Y and X. That's basically what this game is starting to do right now. And it's kind of an interesting facet of this game's design. It's a little flawed, and I hope to see them rectify it in the sequel, which at this point is probably out. I was thinking of, you know, uploading this as soon as I've recorded it, but I don't think that would be good for us. So I'm just gonna go and attack. These guys are gonna die really quick. So ring a bell. Let's see what you have. He's actually pretty quick too, so you might want to use that to your advantage as well. Oh, everything's still going super fast. My bad. There we go. Yeah, so much for quick speed there, right? Okay. There we go. So yeah, he's pretty good with the spear, as well as other weapons. So, yeah, I think that's probably just about where we're going to call it for this part. I don't want to make these too long because I know it gets kind of boring watching this RPG stuff just like slowly ascend on itself. But we've got our first dungeon and mysterious music. Uh-oh.
Do you mean to put the city to flames again, Black Mage? I'll say it now. Your methods are wrong.
Wrong? Wrong? I don't recall asking your opinion on the matter. First Holly, and now Yo. Why are women also condescending? Shut up and take orders! Just because your father's Grand Marshal doesn't give you license for insubordination!
I've seen more than enough to know this much. You are undeserving of my trust and my loyalty. If you insist on pursuing this coward's agenda, I swear upon my name that I will stop you.
Her voice. I heard her voice. So this is what an angel sounds like.
Your ears must be better than mine.
Oh, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, join me next time on Bravely Default as we take on our first dungeon. My name is Allison Cruz, and I hope to see you guys then. By God, I apologize for the long part.